We are live. Good morning, good morning, good morning, South Florida. Hello, world. This is Robert Henderson Jr., certified financial planner, certified tax coach, live in the beautiful studios of the Henderson Financial Group located here in Miami Lakes, Florida. Yes, I'm riding solo today. James T., my brother from another mother, living legend, Hot 105. He is on assignment today. He's doing a wonderful job down in South Miami. On assignment at a festival. So James T is like he's like the last living legend here in Miami that's personal, that's not syndicated. He's just basically here, hometown, tell it like it is, trustworthy, God fearing, my brother from another mother. I'm gonna miss him. Linda, on the other hand, hasn't been here. My sister-in-law hasn't been here because she's been on elderly motherly elderly mother duties. And so she's been out. First, she was on doing a lot of development. She's in the development division of a Henderson Financial Group in terms of real estate. But then after she finished that, then she had to go on elderly mother duty. And I thank her for that. I bless her for that because her and all her siblings, they take turns taking care of their elderly mother who's up in age there. Okay. And a lot of us, we're getting up in age. So if our parents still alive, then we have to take care of them. My mom, she just passed last year in August 2023. She says one thing, she really didn't want to get real old. She said she just didn't like being dependent on anyone. And a lot of elderly people, they don't. So you got to really try to take care of yourselves. Who knows how much time we have. I was talking to one of my clients yesterday who was at my office. He's 87 years old. And she said, Henderson, you know, see the way she look at things in the world, everything she looks at, she says she about ready to go anyway. But when I look at it like that, I had been studying something, and I have told you all about it, called the science of being great and the science of being rich. And it talks about everybody and everything is perfect in the creator of the heavens and the universe. It's perfect. And even though for a lot of people it looks like the earth, America is going to hell, like everything is scattered, I myself choose to look at it optimistically, that everything is going the way it's designed and supposed to go. So I'm not fearful. I think everything, all of our ups and downs, all of our trials and tribulations, I think they happen for a reason. I think that you, me, us, we always want to do the best that we could do and try to be the best that we could be. That's all we really have. I got a friend of mine that he's always, for the last 29 years, basically, he's been complaining about his wife. I know the rest of our friends are tired of him talking about his wife. Nobody likes to hear someone just continually talk about their wife and what their wife won't do and what this and she and sis. There's a saying, and I live by this. When you're complaining, matter of fact, me and Antonio started reading this book, audio book, because it's called The Art of Not Complaining. Really, when you think about it in its truest sense, you can complain, you can moan and groan about a whole lot of things outside of yourself. But when it all comes down to this, there's never nothing and no one to change but yourself. I want to say that again. If you want to alleviate problems and worry and worried about what other people are doing and why they're not doing it, let me tell you something. That's really not your business, because you didn't create someone else. You didn't create nobody. So you cannot really master and control another person and what they do. All you can do is all you can do. And when you start learning and understanding it all and anybody. No, there's no one you can control. And there's never anybody to control but yourself. Other than that, you're going to feel pain if you try to control another person. Okay. All right. So that's it for today. That's my preaching for this morning. I want to talk about income strategy, retirement strategy, because right now we're on the cusp of actually having more older people than younger people on the planet for the first time in the next 20 years. And people are definitely living longer, believe it or not. I know we hear about somebody dying every day in funerals, but believe it or not, right now, people are living longer. The 120-year-old baby was just born yesterday. In other words, that baby probably going to live to 120 years old. People are living longer. even though they're putting all kind of crap and junk in our food, there is a movement for some people who are conscious to try to eat better, try to do better. I know Antonio and I, we were just saying we're going to try to do a fast. Well, we're not going to try to do it. We're going to do a fast. It's coming up Monday. I did a two-day fast about 2 weeks ago where I didn't eat anything, just drank. And people say, you crazy, why are you doing that? And then I heard about a 7-day fast. And it said that scientists said that if you do a 7-day fast, just drinking water, 70% of any type of illness or cancer that's developing in you that you can't even see will die off. And I found that fascinating, And if most people who know me know that I like to challenge my potential. So I really want to do a 7-day water only fast. And there's a couple of my friends who have fasted. They say, Rob, just ease into it. And I think they're right. So I'm probably going to try to do matter of fact, I'm not going to probably try to do it. When I say I'm going to do something, I commit myself to do it. I do it because I like to challenge my potential. So on a Monday, I'm going to let you guys know the following Saturday how it turned out. But Antonio and I are going to do a water fast. And I'm going to try. I'm going to see how my body feels and what happens if I go from Monday to Friday, 5 days. I'm going to try it. I'm going to let you know because I'm going to come back Saturday. I don't know if my jaw's going to be sunk in or I might have headache or whatever, but I'm going to report to you. And the reason why I'm reporting to you because I like and I want you to pick up what I'm putting down, challenge your potential. That's all we have. That's why I say there's never anybody or nothing to change but yourself. And it's a lot about us, me and us and we that we don't know about ourselves. And a lot of the power that the Creator has given us is within ourselves, but we just haven't really touched it or tried it, okay? All right, that's one thing. Main thing I want to talk to you guys about today is retirement planning, income planning. And retirement planning and income planning is totally different from investment planning. And I want that to marinate. I want you guys to pick up what I'm putting down. It's totally different. It's like football, the game of football, the rules and regs and everything. It's still a sport, but it's totally different from basketball, the game of basketball. So, but it's still sports. So investing is still investing. But retirement planning is totally different than an investment strategy, investment planning, okay? Because retirement planning is all about cash flow. It's really all about cash flow. Not to say that once you start cash flow, you shouldn't have any investment, any growth in income, some growth in investment going on. You should always have a little bit of growth going on. But when you retire, or where we all want to probably get to take it easy, to not to move when we want to move and have all of our current overhead expense taken care of and our standard of living taken care of, and you want to have it on automation. So our goal is to not live paycheck to paycheck as you growing up and learning and growing and trying to figure out how these things work in terms of economics. You want to learn, you have to have some sort of system where you have income coming in. Now, a lot of us are fortunate to have Social Security coming in. Now, I know people feel like, oh man, they hear all this helter-skelter, but I promise you, I'm telling you, and in this video that I'm on right now on YouTube and Facebook, it's going to be up here forever. So we can go back and look 10 years, 20 years from now, and y'all going to hear me saying, y'all going to say Henderson was a genius. I'm telling you, Social Security is going to be around. It's not going to stop, okay? It's going to be around. If it's not to be around, that's the end of us, because too many people rely on Social Security. Now, they may increase the age instead of, 65 or 67, maybe 70 for some younger people, but it's still going to flow because too many people rely on it. Okay. So as I was saying, in terms of retirement planning, I always want to know when you come to the Henderson Finance Group, how old you are and what your numbers look like, because that number, as long as you have a pulse and stay alive, you're going to get that because you've been paying every time that gross and income that you receive on your job and your employer takes out money. You don't get all your money. He has to send some to Uncle Sam, paying FICA. They're paying for your Medicare and they're also paying for your Social Security. That's part of it. In other words, you're contributing to that toward every pay period. And when you get minimum at age 62, you can start taking Social Security. But I don't really recommend that unless you're about to die. If you're sick and really, really destitute and that's all you have, then you got to take it to survive. But if you don't, and especially if you're still working, A lot of people are still working and taking their Social Security and took it earlier, which they lost 25% of it and never will get it back. What I mean by that is this. Let's say you're 62 years old and you go, man, I'm taking my Social Security. I'm getting all I get. My friends say he got his. I'm going to get more money. But you're still on a job. So let's just say you're supposed to get $1,000 a month, but you took your Social Security early. So they're going to whack you. And now they're going to take out 25%, which they're going to not give you $250. Now you're going to, instead of getting $1,000, since you took it earlier at 62, you're going to get $750. You're never going to make that up. That $250 the government keeps. It's a penalty. It penalizes you for taking it early. So you don't really have to take it early unless you have to take it early. If you destitute, you living almost on cat food, then you have to take it. It's all you got. But I like to look at your numbers when you get ready to retire. I need that number. I don't care if you're 58 years old. I need to know at age 62, at age 63, 64, 65. I need to be able to look at my options when I'm being a financial planner to you and say, if you can keep a pulse, we know that's coming. That's better than having real estate because it's going to come because you already put in for a long time. Okay. So I need to know that number. A lot of people don't know that number, but I want you to go to ssa.gov. and just peruse, find out, be nosy yourself. It's something that you have coming, something that you can look forward to. You look forward to Christmas. You look forward to New Year. You got to look forward to at a certain age, you're going to be able to get this money. And if you don't take it at age 62, you take it at 63, it'll give you a different figure. But I want you to go on the computer and put in SSA. S stands for social, other stands for security, the other A stands for administration, .government, G-O-V as in Victor, SSA.gov. Everybody should know their number. And I'm telling you something, when you're 55 years old, 60 years old, you should know your number. You want to get a scratch off, you want to, Christmas coming or something coming, or my birthday coming, you need to know if you keep alive and stay and keep a pulse, how much money you're going to be getting. And then we'll talk about that. So that's the first number. The second number is if you're getting a pension. Some people are getting a pension, some people are not getting a pension. Some people getting 401k, which I think is a total ripoff. It's a 401k. And I will, next time we'll go into why I think it's a total ripoff, but we'll talk about that later. Okay, so today we're talking about income planning, cash planning. There is an annuity, a company that I've been dealing with for more than 15 years, probably 20 years. And this, I'm not going to call the name, but I'm going to tell you, they just came out with an income annuity that pays the highest that I've ever seen on a flat income annuity. Now, the minimum that you can open up this annuity is with $20,000. You can have retirement money, or you can just have money just sitting in the bank, lazy. A lot of people have CDs that's not paying this. So I was talking to a lady from Washington yesterday, and she was referred to me, and she said, Henderson, she says, I'm not going to tell you her name, but I'm going to change. I'm not going to tell you her name, but I'm going to change things just so you know. But I want you to get the concept just to what we were talking about. So this lady says she has a Voya. Let's say she has $100,000 in a Voya annuity that somebody gave her, 15 years ago. And it's a variable annuity. And she wanted me to take a look at it because she says that, it hasn't grown the way it should have grown. And she says that she wants to start looking at income, and she wants to get the most bang for her buck. So I looked at her Voya variable annuities, and a lot of people think that, let me tell you, first of all, there's nobody that can stay in business and charge you zero. There's nobody. There's always some sort of price to pay. It just, can you get down with that price? There's always, and that's the way the universe works. It's supply and demand. It's reaping and sowing. You have to give and receive. That's just how it is. But it's amazing to me, not this lady now, but there's amazing to me. There's so many people that I talk to, grown people, that do not understand this concept. They want to get something for nothing, free. It's amazing to me. Good health is not even free. Nothing is free. You got to pay for it. If you don't pay for it with dollars and cents, you pay for it with time, with sacrifice, with commitment. With discipline. That's a cost. You have to push back. If you fat and you 400 pounds and you want to be skinnier, you got to sacrifice. You got to pay the price. You can't keep eating chocolate cake and a whole gallon of ice cream. You can't. You're not paying with dollars and cents, but you're paying with your effort. You're paying with your commitment, and this could be hard. It could be very hard, especially losing weight. Oh my God, you know what I mean? So it's always a price to pay. It really gets me that so many grown folks just looking for anything that's free. You can't even, if you want to go to heaven, if some of y'all believe in the heaven, in a place up there, you can't get there without paying something. You got to pay the price. You can't be a sinner. That costs. Some people have to restrain from that. That costs. You get rewarded for restraining for that. You get rewarded from robbing and stealing someone. You don't go to jail. I mean, you don't have to deal with the court system. You get rewarded for not eating all that pork and all that junk stuff. You have better health. And people, they're always enticing you, this, that, this. You get rewarded for that. So please, at the Henderson Financial Group, we always give more in service than we take in pay. Now, what we try to do a lot is get around you actually writing us a check. We'll probably say, okay, if we're going to help you buy some real estate, then you don't have to write a check, although that's kind of changing now with the new law starting July. They're making buyers pay the brokers, the realtor, a fee. Isn't that something? Oh my God. And sellers don't even want to pay. They want to sell their house and they're like, well, I don't want to pay nothing. Well, really? Are you grown? I want y'all to think about the concept of life. You always got to pay something. But and a lot of people even go to church and worship and go to church and put no money in. That's against universal life. That's against the laws of the universe. You should want to contribute to anyone who is helping you. You should want them to stay. You should want them to be able to eat so they can continue to help you and give you some information to help you. You got to put gas in your car. You got to feed your car. I got a car. I ain't giving it no gas. I'm stingy. I don't want to pay nothing. I don't want to give it no oil change. Matter of fact, I ain't want to change no tire. I ain't put nothing in that car. Okay, that car gonna break down. If you really think about what I'm saying, it is the universal law. You give where you are receiving. And a lot of people have not been taught that. I ain't giving nothing. No. Okay, let me get back to this. I'm going back on a tantrum. But let me focus on this. So we have this lady. She's 71 years old. She has Voya. And let me tell you something. A lot of people think that they have those variable annuities. And just because you don't see a fee or a charge, that they ain't charging you nothing. Shame on you. You know them people go. How you think your big businesses, Fidelity, Vanguard, how you think them people gonna be in them big old buildings downtown and have pay all of them employees? How you think they're gonna just charge you nothing? They're just not telling you. You don't see it, but universal law. Just because you don't see it, don't mean it ain't there. Just because you don't see God, you believe in God. Just because you don't see it, little Ricky that stole out of the store, he ain't see them cameras. He looking, a lot of people, y'all see him on TV, look right at the camera. They see you. Just because you don't see it. I want y'all to remember that. Just because you don't know, don't mean it ain't out here. Just because you don't see it, don't mean that it don't see you. Just come on, grown people. I'm trying education. Understand this principle. Because financial planning and wealth building has a lot to do with natural laws and concepts, equation. 1 + 1 will always equal 2. Just understand that. Stop trying to get something for nothing. Stop being a thief. No, put in. What you put in is what you get out. There's nobody on the planet of the earth that is really good at what they are doing. I don't care what they're doing. Baking a cake, running track and field, playing basketball, being a good husband, being a good wife, being a mechanic. There's nobody in no industry on the planet Earth that are good at what they do, not paying a price. I'm telling you. That's why none of us should envy anybody who is demonstrating greatness and goodness. It costs. Everybody, we cry at night. Listen, let me tell you something. I have so many tests to take. I got to do an anti-money laundering. I had to do it for 2 different companies, insurance company, anti-money laundering. In case somebody come in here with $1 billion, ill-gotten gain, they want to put me in jail if I don't recognize it or I don't, find them suspicious. They're making us the police now. But I got to take a test on that every year. I got to pay for it. So me being Robert Henderson, a lot of people say, I want to be Robert Henderson. Man, I want to make money. No, you don't. You don't know what I have to do. Oh my God, I just make it look easy. You don't see. Just because you don't see it, don't mean it's not happening. If you are good, if anybody good carpenter, good mechanic, good dentist, you got to study. You got to care. You got to pay the price. There's a price to pay. Okay, so let's get back to this annuity. So stop thinking that just because on your employer, that you all have the 401k, the 403b, or that you don't have, that you're not paying none because you're not writing a check. They taking some money. They're getting some money. That's how they stay in business. Okay. All right. So a lot of y'all, when y'all look at those annuities, y'all look at y'all 401k and y'all think that, the only thing y'all got to do is just look at the monthly statement and see if y'all up or down. There's a fee. There's a charge for that. They're just not telling you. And that's really bad too. But now we got to tell y'all what we charge it. Okay. So this lady has $100,000 in a Voya. She's not pleased with it. She's retiring. She's 71 years old. She said, Henderson, what am I going to do with this? I said, first of all, they charge you 3.5% that you don't see. You never saw that. You had this thing 15 years. They've been getting you every year, 3.5% of your money. They've been whacking you. They ain't been sending you no notice, but that's what they've been doing. How do we know? I said, let's call Voya. We called them. Bam. I asked the questions because she didn't know what questions to ask. And they know that. So me being a certified financial planner, been in this business for over 30 years, I know how to ask the question in order to get the answer. And a lot of times y'all don't know. That's why when you guys get ready to retire, or you want to call FRS, you want to call your employer, rather than leaning on your own understanding, it's always good to get good counsel. Call us, the Henderson Financial Group, and say, listen, I'm getting ready to retire. I don't understand this stuff. And they know you don't. So call us and we'll do a 3-way call. I'll ask the question. First, I got to say, hey, this is Robert Henderson Jr. I'm a certified financial planner down here in Miami Lakes, Florida. I have my client right here, Mrs. So-and-so or Mrs. So-and-so, and he's getting ready to do this. And we want to look at their options. And I'm going to ask the question because I know the questions that you probably forgot. You don't even know what to ask. You don't even know the questions to ask in order to get the proper answer. And you're not supposed to. That's why good book, the scriptures say, seek good counsel. Seek good counsel. In the Henderson Financial Group, we're good counsel. Okay, let's get back to the story. So the lady say, I called them, they said we charge about 3.5%. The lady said, what? Okay, so that's one story. Now, $100,000 in Voya. Based on her March statement, she had a certain amount in there. That was March 31st. April 31st. It's not even May 31st yet. It's just May 11th. So it hadn't been over 60 days. The thing done dropped. I said, how could it drop when the market in the last week been doing really good? But it dropped in value. Okay, so we asked, it's an IRA, which I hate them. But anyway, it's IRA. So I said, we're going to roll this over to another IRA because you have to. You can't, if you try to roll an IRA out of an IRA. And she said, hey, Robert, I might want to give up this IRA stuff and take my money because I'm retired. I'm 71 years old. Let me just cash this thing in and just, not be dealing with IRA rules and government rules and law and take my money, give them their money. I said, okay, you could do that. But let's find out how much that's going to cost you. So basically, it's about 20% that's going to take off the top. All right. So $100,000, they take out roughly about 20,000. Okay. I'm making up these numbers because I can't give you the lady numbers. Okay. I can't give you her name, but I'm going to tell you the concept. You get the principle. So they say they're going to take out 20,000. They say, what? 20,000? I say, yeah, if you want to just get out of jail. And she said, why is that, Rob? I said, because this money has never retired IRAs, 401ks, 403bs. You've had them for a long time. And now you want to take the money and go. No, it's gum on your shoe. You never paid the taxes. Anytime you have retirement accounts, a lot of people think that once they get age 59 and a half, they don't have no more penalty or taxes. No, you don't have no more 10% early withdrawal penalty. But as long as you're in America and you have a retirement account, an IRA account, or 401k account, or 403b account, or 457 account, all them different names, you got to pay taxes because they are postponement type of investment retirement plans. They are postponing taxes. So when you get ready to take the taxes out, I don't care if you're 90 years old, you got to pay government taxes. Now, the problem is so many people did not know this. Black, white, Spanish, blue, green, red people didn't know this. Okay. Why? Because it's not your thing. And the system know that you didn't know that. Okay. They say, hey, if you don't know, you better find out. And a lot of times people find out too late. And then when they come to me, I said, you know what you should have done, which that's water over the dam. You should have paid them taxes a long time ago to get out of jail and then invest your money for retirement. Then when you get ready to take your money out, you don't owe nobody. But most people don't know this. Millions and millions, over 150 million people don't know what I'm telling you guys right now. And I'm going to ask you a question. What would you rather pay? Taxes on the seed? Think about farming. Think about planting the seed. Would you rather pay tax on the seed, or you would rather plant the seed, let it grow into abundance, and then pay taxes? Which one? If you had any sense, if you think about what I'm saying, you don't never want to pay tax on the harvest. You want to pay tax on the seed because the seed is smaller. It hasn't blossomed into a big bank yet. Okay. But whoa, what do the government tell millions and millions of people? Oh, put your money in a 401k plan. Don't pay no taxes right now. Just wait until it blow up after 20, 30 years and keep putting money in there and then pay tax on it. They don't tell you, you're going to always pay that. They got people right now, there's millions of people getting ready to retire next year. You know what they're doing? They're putting more money in a retirement account that they're going to take out the following year or 2 years from now and pay a whole lot more tax on it. And because they don't understand. The good book says, and all you're getting, get understanding. Okay, let's go back to the story. So Lay found out, she said, Rob, I still don't understand. I said, let me paint a picture. Let me give you a visual. If you're on a turnpike and you're driving on the turnpike, and you know them turnpike fees, especially in New York, those turnpikes, a toll, you got to pay the toll. If you're tired of paying those tolls, they keep charging you tolls, and you go on somewhere where there's a lot of tolls. You know, if you want to get off and stop paying those tolls and get on the road where there are no tolls, before you make that transition, you got to pay that last toll. You got to pay the guy to jail, so to speak, your money. You got to pay before you get off that toll and get on the road where there's no toll. So in other words, if you got an IRA or 401k plan, you saying, man, I don't want to keep paying, taxes as long as I live. And when I die, my children or wife got to pay. Yes. If you want to just cut that thing right now, you got to pay the last toll. You got to pay a lump sum, $20,000 in her case. Now the money is free to do what you want to do. And she said, no, I can't take that hit. 100,000, I can't take $20,000 hit, Rob. I said, okay, what we can do is we can roll it over to another 401k, IRA. We can roll it over because you have to do it like kind. If you do it like kind, like going from toll to toll. But on this time, since you're 71, I said, you don't need up and down with the stock market. You need income. So she said, where's the highest that I can get? I said, let me tell you something. This company I've been dealing with, they just came out with a new income plan. So that $100,000 at age 71, I told her, I said, listen, there's two ways you can get it. You can get it where it's going to be flat, or you can get it where it's going to be increasing. So let me explain to you what I'm talking about. So the level at 71, I said right away at 71, if you want to roll that over to this annuity, this income annuity, they're going to pay you 8.77% of your money. That's what they're going to pay you. 8.7%. Now you can't get that in the bank. A lot of people have CDs, IRAs, and retirement accounts. They're not getting 8.7%. Okay, so 100,000 times 8.7. We know that's $8,700, right? Times 8.7%. That means in 1 year, $100,000 is going to produce, where she can take home $8,750 a year. But we usually take it by 12 months. Divided by 12, we don't want to give any lump sum. So that's $725 a month. So now she can roll over. She ain't got to worry about no up and down. Her money is guaranteed. It's an insurance company. And I always tell you guys, next to God, on the whole planet, insurance companies have the most money. Don't think no banks have the most money. The bank borrows your money, got to give your money back. The bank don't, y'all make deposits in the bank, and the bank take your money, make more money than they make money. That's how they make a profit. But it's still, they got to give your money back. Insurance companies, the reason why they have more money next to God is because, for example, when you get that homeowners insurance, if your house don't burn down every year, you got to pay that premium. You ain't getting that money back. That's their money. You pay for just in case. Same thing with health insurance. Everybody not dying every day. That means a lot of money getting got, and insurance company keeping it. Your house didn't fire. Your house didn't burn down. A lot of y'all got cancer insurance. Everybody don't get cancer at the same time every day. That means the insurance company keep that money. Okay. Next to God, remember this: insurance companies are the safest thing. Okay, not banks. Banks can go out of business and roll up, and federal government bail them out. You never heard about no insurance company going out of business. Insurance companies, they stick together. Next to God, they got the most money on the planet. Okay, so here, that means this lady could get $725. That's what she says. Okay, Robert, I'm gonna roll this money over, and just like a Social Security check I'm getting, she said, and she said she don't have a pension, so she said then she's going to receive $725. I said, okay, that's level. I said, but if you wait 1 year, just let that $100,000 sit in the crock pot, so to speak. 1 year. If 1 year, they'll pay you 12 months. If you just don't get it right away, you put it into the annuity and just wait 12 months, they'll pay you 9.2%. Instead of 8.7%, they'll pay you 9.2%. That's pretty good. 12 months go by. So now that's $9,260 a year divided by 12 months. So let's go with $9,260 divided by 12 months. $771, right? Now you'll get $771. That's better. $771. And guess what? She said, Robert, I don't really need this to start taking income out until 5 years. I said, okay, 5 years. On the 5th year, if you defer and just don't take no money out and let this thing just marinate, on the 5th year, you put in 100,000, and you don't touch it until after 5 years. They're gonna pay you $11,500 divided by 12. $958 guaranteed. Rain and shine, they're gonna pay you that. You're gonna get that for the rest of your life. If you live 100 more years, they're gonna pay you that. She said, what do you mean by level? That means that $958 is gonna be level. You're gonna pay that for the 5th year. They're gonna pay that the 6th year. They're gonna pay that the 7th year. They're gonna pay that the 8th year. They're gonna pay that for the next 20, 30 years. That $958. You can depend on that. That's a level. Okay, a level. So she said, Robert, well, what about this? What about if I had it increasing where it increased? I say, okay, the same company, the same situation. If you say you don't want that $958 to stay level for the next 10 years, meaning that every month it's $958. It's not going up with the cost of living, the cost of bread. It's going to be a flat $958. Okay. And it's going to pay you. If you live for 100 years, they got to pay you. The thing about annuity, why they say income for life, meaning that as long as you live, they have to pay you. It's a contract. Ain't no running out of money. That's how they work. And let me tell you, I'm going to say this because some of this stuff may be going over your head, but I'm going to give an example. I like to give an example. Let me drink my green tea. It's green tea healthy for you. So what do they mean by income for life? Okay, let me give you an illustration. Say you put in $100,000. And let's say that annuity is going to pay you $1,000 a month. Times 12 months, that's $12,000. Now you only put in 100,000. And they tell you they're going to guarantee and pay you $1,000 a month. You ain't got to look at the newspaper. They don't care about the stock market. They don't care who the president is. They don't care about politics. You're going to get that. So now you're getting $1,000 a month, times 12 months, that's $12,000. So in 10 years, $12,000 times 10 years, they done gave you $120,000. So really, in a sense, you done got all your money back. And you may say, Robert, then they're going to stop paying me? I said, no, it's only been 10 years. You still alive. And you're going to say, Robert, what? I only put in 100,000. How they going to keep paying me? Well, the contracts say income for life. They're going to pay you as long as you live. And that's only been 10 years. So now you in their money. Yes, you in their money because you didn't die. You stayed alive. You gave them 100,000. They was paying you 1,000 a month. That's 12,000 a year. It's been 10 years. You done got 120,000 in your pocket. So really, you on their dime now. You playing with their money. So then all of a sudden you live another 10 years. They got to give you another 100. Still got to keep paying you $1,000 a month. That's another 120,000. So you don't got 240,000. All you put in is 100,000. That's the concept of annuities. That's why people like guarantee annuities. That's why they like them. Because remember, I just said next to God, who has the most money on the planet, you ain't worry about them going and run out of business. No. They got this thing set up, man. They got this thing. They got this thing locked. They got it locked legally. They got it locked. That's why people buy annuities, and a lot of people, in the stock market, Wall Street, they hate annuities, a lot of them, because as me as an advisor, when I put you into an annuity, I get paid one time from the insurance company. You don't even have to write me a check. The insurance company pay me one time. Can you believe that? And Wall Street don't like that, because Wall Street like to be going. You should like to keep on getting money from you. So that's why they don't like annuities, because somebody give me $1 million. Insurance company pay me one time. Next year they ain't paying me. And you in Wall Street like, hey man, we out of business. We don't like that. We like to keep on being in your pockets with them 401ks and them mutual funds and all that kind of stuff in your pockets. But see, I like insurance products. I like annuities, because I get paid me one time. Next year they don't pay me, but that's okay. It benefits the client. And the client have their money. They tell somebody. That's why we get a lot of referrals, because people are satisfied. We ain't just trying to get rich off you. We trying to do your service. And that's how it should be. It really should be like that. But y'all don't know. Y'all don't know the difference. So they just get y'all. Y'all get got. Y'all don't know the difference. Y'all don't know quality. I don't know. Y'all like big names, brand names that don't mean nothing, But you have to have a relationship. Ain't nothing better than a relationship when it comes to having your investing and understanding about your money. Okay, so what's the difference in that? I told you that level. She getting the level. So what if she wanted to get an increasing? Think about getting an increasing. Why is an increasing interesting? An increasing amount of money? Because what it says is like a cost of living. Because even though she don't get 900 and what 900 and what did I say? Doing $958 a month for the rest of her life. But 10 years from now, $958 ain't gonna have the same purchasing power as it did today. But a lot of people say, listen, I might not be around 10 years from now. Give me all I can get now. So you would get a level, will give you the highest pay. A level always pays the highest. Increasing starts out low. Let's look at increasing. So if she wants to say, no, Rob, I want my money to increase. I want to keep up with the cost of living. So that same example, that $100,000 at a 71-year-old in 5 years, it won't pay. It will not. It'll take hell in order to get up to. Okay, so let's say at 71, the first year, it'll pay her $7,070 on an increasing. On a level, on the first year of a 71 years, it pays her $8,070. So it pays her $1,000 more if she stays level, but it's gonna stay there. But if she says she wants it increasing, they're gonna pay her $1,000 less the first year. But the next year, the next year, they're gonna pay her $8,260. On the level, on the very first year, they paid you $8,070. So what the concept is, if you want to increase, you're like the turtle and rabbit story. You start off lower, but it'll keep on increasing. If you want the level, it starts you off at the highest, but you stay there. So the question is, how long, if you start off lower, how long will it take to break even with that level high? Okay, here I'm looking at 71 in 5 years. They're paying her 11 and a half. Increasing 71 in 5 years, they're paying her 10 and a half. So she won't get to 11 and a half until the 7th year. Into the 7th year. So the level will be kicking butt, still making more money, but the increasing won't catch the level payment increasing until the 7th year. Now, his question is, do you think in 7 years you still gonna be alive? Because in 7 years, you're gonna, it's like you start the level up here, decrease it right here. So you're getting paid up here now, or you're gonna start here. If you get paid right here, you ain't going no higher. But if you get paid right here, take a lower payment in 7 years. In 7 years, you break even. And then you gone. You gone. You gone. You gone. You're going to keep on going up. Your payment keep going up. Some people say, nah, man, I might not be alive. So give me the higher payment right now and stick me and stay there for the next 100 years. What would you do? This is the kind of conversation that we have in terms of income planning. But the conversation that I'm having with you all right now, 99% of people don't have this. They don't even know they could choose level payments or increasing pay. They don't even know because somebody just sold you something. That's why I say you got to have a relationship, not only with God, that you got to have a relationship with everybody who you do business with on a personal level. They're coming up with all these computers and robots and all that. Let me tell you something. That's just to mass produce and make money. But that personal touch is not going to be there. I mean, it's like TV dinners. That TV dinners are already pre-packaged, have a lot of sodium in it. It's quick and fast. It'll kill you. But they say it's convenient. But having a personal person, making your food personal, a personal chef, it's always better. It really, really is. It really is. But a lot of people will don't want to pay for nothing. They want to get the TV dinner. They kill you. You ain't gonna know everything. But I tell you, it's universal law. It's universal law. You always want to give and service the people who are helping you. I don't care what it is. I remember when I used to go to church when I was a little boy. I say, no, I wouldn't say when I was a little boy. Yeah, when I was a little boy, I was so glad when that preacher stopped preaching. I didn't know what he was talking about, that Jerry curl. And he was just talking, I didn't know what I was like. That made no sense. You know, I would go to sleep and go to the candy store, tell mom I'm going to the bathroom and go to the candy store around the corner, you know. But then when I got older, I say, you know, I didn't start giving spiritually to where I was getting fed until I had an awakening. And I had to be at least, let me see. I had to be at least, before I stopped giving $1, I had to be at least maybe 28 years old. 28 years old. I didn't understand that. I did not understand the concept of tithing and giving. Because I always said, you know, I ain't giving no dumb dog preacher driving that Cadillac and that Mercedes Benz and people and all the poor people in there, and he just reading out the Bible and ain't got no job, and you know, he preaching from the Bible, and I'm paying him all this money and they playing all that music. And I didn't understand that it really wasn't about him or her. When I got older, I started understanding that it was all about me. And if I wasn't learning anything, then why would I be there? And I shouldn't really give to where I'm not receiving. So when I got to the point where I started really trying to understand this whole thing about God and spirituality and heaven and good and bad, and I started dissecting, I started reading it and going over it. And the reason why I started doing it, because I didn't like the people that knew about the Bible, who can quote the Bible. They feel like they always had something on me. In other words, and they always make you feel like they're closer to God and they know something you don't know. You know what I mean? I'm like, no, I want to be like that too. So let me read this Bible, this whole story, and let me just understand what's going on so I could be well rounded. So after I started reading the Bible, like I was reading about mutual funds and investments, and I discovered something like it talked to me. And then I started reading and understanding concepts and principles. And a lot of stuff is metaphor. A lot of some stuff is literal, some stuff is metaphors, and it's examples. And then as I began to learn, and I would actually go to different churches to hear the speaker to see if I could get some nuggets out of it and see if she's going to talk about something that's going to change my life. And then as I started doing that, I came across, a lot of non-denominations. People just talked about about concepts. And as I started picking it up, I started giving more. And I started putting in $50 and I started giving $100, And then I found a place where I liked that you can come in jeans, t-shirt, it wasn't judgmental. And I started learning about universal law and concepts and reaping and sowing and, giving and receiving, the whole concept. And it was more than just church. It was a way of life. And then I started giving, tens of thousands to where I was learning something. And you should always give or support any place that is giving you something. I'm going to say it again. You should always give and support anything or any place or anyone that's enlightening you and supporting you. And let me tell you how I know this is true. If you got a body and you're lucky enough to have a body, walking around here in a body, you ain't a ghost. You really, if you want that body to function, you really should give it nourishment. See, that's a principle. That's how I know I'm on to something, because it doesn't just apply to one area. If you got a body and you want it to function, you need to, exercise it, grease it down, wash it. You know what I mean? Give it nourishment. Walk it sometime. You can't if you just stay in bed and never give out, I'm telling you, you're going to lose all your muscle. You got to get up. So that's giving. And if you treat your body right, it will give you. It's the same thing about your teeth. If you don't floss, if you don't brush, they ain't gonna stay there. They coming out. Y'all know they coming out. If you don't floss, brush, go to the dentist, them teeth coming out, man. You ain't gonna have none. And how do I know? You got proof. We can see it. Half my family ain't got no teeth. That's why, they don't. I'm saying, listen, I'm 65. I got all my teeth. I go to the dentist every 3 months. Deep cleaning. Yes. Floss every night. Because I've seen what happened. Just like a guy on crack. I ain't doing no crack. Maybe that crack must be good, but I see what happened. And so that's giving and receiving. And so my whole point is, where you are being enlightened, you should have no problem giving, because you want that light to stay on. You gotta, in order to have light, you gotta pay for electricity. You can't just say, give me lights, I ain't paying for the light bill. You gotta pay to get that. And it's like I said, it's so natural, because if you don't nourish or take care of your body, it's gonna collapse on you. So that's how I know that it's true. Okay. All right. So today we're talking about income. And this company who I've been dealing with over 15 years, they just came out with an income annuity. And those y'all who, this annuity, let me make it plain for you. An annuity is an investment that does not correlate with the stock market. You don't have to worry about, well, I should say, a fixed guaranteed principal annuity. Variable annuities, yeah, they go up. I don't know why you have a variable annuity when you might as well be in the stock market going up and down. A fixed principal guarantee annuity does not move. When you buy an annuity, you ain't got to check it every month, because it ain't moving like no stock market. You get credited your interest at the end of the year. That's it. You ain't got to worry. You can sleep at night and you're good. Now, it's just the case that if you, and then you can start getting income immediately, or Think about it. The longer you let that baby stay in there and grow, that means that when you do turn on the income, you're gonna have more money per month. It's kind of the same. It's actually the same concept as Social Security. I mean, if you turn on Social Security at age 62, you're taking it early. But if you wait until age 65, it may be 400-500 a month difference that you can get. But listen, everybody's different. I have some people that's getting ready to retire and they got millions of dollars. Both of them, husband and wife, both of them healthy. Now, I'm Miss Henderson. We taking our Social Security at age 62. I'm like, when you take it that early, and you guys got money for the rest of your life. I just want to get mine. 85% of it you're paying in taxes. You're just paying more in taxes. Well, I ain't gonna listen. If you die, then your wife gonna get it. So, and if your wife died, then you gonna get it. It's the same. I mean, there's no sense in getting more money, have to pay taxes, give it to Uncle Sam for nothing. You got to spread it out. So, income and retirement planning. I love retirement planning because retirement planning or income planning, I think we all should be doing that. We all should be strategizing, whether we're taking it or not. You should be looking at what and how can I get paid for the work that I've done for the rest of my life. That's what you want to say. And a lot of people still trying to get rich. Getting rich and taking a lot of risk ain't it. That's a fool's game. It ain't it. Having cash flow and money coming in before you got to bed, that's something. Especially if that money is going to continue to increase and without losing it. That is something. But you got to set yourself up for that. You got to say, okay, what can I do now? I'm working. I'm going to put money over here. I'm planting this tree. I want you to think like you're a farmer, always planting trees. It's like me. What do I do with my money? If today, if I got $100,000, I ain't getting ready to go out and buy nothing shiny, something new, clothes. Let me tell you something. I could wear the same jeans and the same t-shirt every day. Only reason why I changed, so y'all won't talk about me. Other than that, clothes, I'm past that. I'm always thinking of where I can put my money, not for tomorrow to double, no, for it to marinate like a tree and grow. One day it's going to have that tree going to grow. It's going to produce fruit, and it also going to produce a shade, and it's going to be there forever. And I can eat off of it. And then when I'm gone, my children can eat off of it. And some of y'all say, forget my children. I ain't got no children. Let me tell you something. It's still a concept. It's still a concept that you want to have flow. You want to have flow. And that's how you get it, by planting seeds. And let me tell you something. You can't hurry up and do it. You can't. Now, if you're 70 years old and you hearing the words that coming out of my mouth, you hearing them because it's in divine order, because it's something for you to do. You still can plant, because right now you can still buy a guaranteed annuity, take that money out the bank, take it out the mattress, they ain't paying you nothing, and put it somewhere where you can't lose it, but still get you $400, $500, $600, $1,200 a month, $1,500 a month. In some cases, I like real estate. Y'all hear me talking about real estate, but real estate is not for everyone. It's good diversification. One of the main reasons that I like real estate is not only for the cash flow and the value of the piece of property over time always increases, but I really like it for the tax deductions and benefits to offset Uncle Sam taxes. And that's what a lot of people don't get. They just think that, you got to deal with tenants. Let me tell you something. You got an app for that. There are people and organizations that want to take that would deal with those tenants. Me, myself, I personally don't know not one tenant that I have. I personally don't even know. As a matter of fact, as I think about it, I never met any of the tenants. I would always have a property manager, pay them 10% and let them handle all that. I don't want to hear about all that. I ain't want to, Mr. Henderson, let me get back. I ain't got time for all that. I like the tax deductions because the more money I make, the more tax shelter I need. All my children, all five of them grown, so I can't get no more tax deductions from my children. So I have to get it from owning real estate. Now, I remember in 2017, I bought a house I never even seen in Alabama for $16,000. I still ain't never been inside of it. It pays me $700 a month. They on Section 8. Yeah. Can you believe that? Since 2017, $16,000. Now, in that same little Alabama town that I wouldn't live in, that's $16,000 worth about $98,000 for that little house. Only thing I had to do was change the roof. The roof was like $6,000, and I put aluminum roof on it, so I had to change it for a long time. Lady done died, and they done got somebody else. And the property managers, they might be skimming me a little bit, but they send me the check automatically bank draft every month. So people always ask me, do I want to sell it? Well, I want to sell it for. That's like a tree I done planted. There was a little stoop, and it's still giving since 2017. That was 7 years ago. It's $700 a month. Matter of fact, it started off at $500 a month. Now it has increased to $700 a month over time. See, when you see that, you understand. But when I bought it in 2017 for $16,000, I didn't know that. I just wanted to get a tax deduction, and I knew that I was planting that seed that it was going to grow. And 7 years done came by. Now, do I need to sell it? What I need to sell it for? I mean, one day it's going to be worth $200,000, and every month them checks keep coming in. And I can depreciate it off my taxes. That's cash flow. So don't be afraid when we talk about real estate. And you should be trying to just buy real estate right there where you live at. It's going to be especially here in South Florida. Wealthy people buy real estate all over the world, man. And you get somebody to manage it. And if it's too hard to manage it, property managers ripping you off, then you can sell it and get another one. You know? It's the same thing, but it's planting seed. That's my whole concept. But I like annuities because then when you do annuities, I can say the index annuities. The annuities that, like this annuity I told you about, a lady can, getting $100,000, you get $9,000 a year and $700 a month. She ain't got to pay no homeowners insurance. She ain't got to pay no property taxes. She ain't got to worry about no tornado, hurricane. She ain't got to pay none of that. That money's straight hers, and it's gonna keep on going for life. That fits a lot of people's bill. And the problem is a lot of people don't know about what I'm talking about. So I want you guys to share this information to someone who you love or care about, because a lot of people don't know. And like the lady who I was just talking to, she was saying, Mr. Henderson, we don't have people that can explain to us like you do. I say, yes. I mean, I know it's less than half of 1% of people that look like me, African Americans, that are independent, that can talk to you like this. Most people that are in the financial service, especially people of color, they work for companies. Like, in other words, they're on the plantation. They're not free. They can't get you to the product. They can't. It's not New Underground Railroad. They can't basically tell you the truth. They got to tell you what the boss said because they're on a payroll. But me, I can tell you the truth and take you behind the curtains. That's why it's better to call the Henderson Financial Group, so we can tell you like it is. Okay? So we can really tell you the pros and cons of something. Whether it's life insurance, death insurance, life insurance with a bang, with a savings, real estate, wills and trust. A lot of you single people, you need to have either, and you have real estate, have one home either. You need to give us a call so we can tell you about a ladybird deed or have a living trust, because you sit there and you own property and you're single. You're an accident waiting to happen because you're creating a problem for somebody who you care about, who you're going to leave that property to, if you don't have the paperwork done, because we never know when we're going to give it the ghost and go to heaven. I'm assuming you're going to heaven. I hope so. But you got to have your stuff right. And the thing about it is, master yourself, knowing and being able to do the things that you know you ought to be doing when you don't feel like doing it. Like a lot of y'all know y'all should be calling more the Henderson Financial Group to get your stuff in order. Now, when you call us and say, listen, I need a consultation with Henderson, It's private. We're fiduciaries. We're not going to tell your friends or cousins. Some people are like, man, I don't want to know about business. Listen, we do what we do, and we do it because we care, and we do it because we want to do the best thing. We always give you more in service than we take and pay, but we love what we do. I'm here every day but Sundays. Really, I love strategizing and helping people. I get my blessings for doing that. The more I help you, the richer I get. Really, that's true. And it's not that I charge you anything, I get it. I get it. It just comes. And I'm going to keep on giving. I'm going to keep on serving. I just need you guys to come and tell your friends and tell more, because a lot of people need information and need good counseling. All right. I hope you guys learned something today, because my job here is to shake you up, make you know that there's more and there's better. But you got to ask, you got to seek, you got to knock. And there's no question too dumb. This is not your field. It's my field. But I'll break it down to you and help you to understand. And you just call me and say, Henderson, okay, this is what I need. How do I get that? Is there anything out there that can do this, Mr. Henderson? And I'll tell you, because that's what I do. I mean, I can't dance. I don't know how to do the line dances. I don't know how to do the wobble, okay? I don't know how to do I don't know how to cook. And don't ask me about fixing no car. I don't know how to do that. What I do know how to do is financial strategies. I do know how to do that. Why? Because the more I do this and more I learn, the freer I feel. And I want to feel free. I have to be free. I don't spend my money on shiny stuff, because I use my money to help others and help myself. And I need to have it. Okay. I was just reading about, these guys that have this money, all this money, and go out and buy, $5 million watches and stupid stuff like that. Man, I use my phone on a little cheap, I ain't real cheap, but I don't pay thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars for stuff. I'm past that. I'm a forward thinker. You know what I mean? I mean, if I had $1 billion, man, I carve out a whole neighborhood. I'll go around. Listen, I'll be building up Hendersonville, private school. You can get in there, but no paper on the ground. Man, if me and Tony, we talk about that, man, it could be better. But then again, like I said, there's never nobody in anything to change but yourself. So start by changing yourself, doing a better job, master yourself, and make yourself do the things that you know you ought to do, especially when you don't feel like doing it. Commit, have a commitment, have the discipline, and do repetition. Do it over and over and over, and you'll be very good at something. Listen, I got to go. Time is running out. Hey, call us at 305-825-1444, or go to our website at www.hendersonfinancialgroup.com. TheHendersonFinancialGroup.com. And you can also catch us on YouTube, also Understanding Money, the Henderson Financial Group, and call us 305-825-1444 if you're planning on retiring. If you want to buy real estate, if you want to know more about the new reverse mortgage, Hyacinth and Tavares are very good at mortgage strategizing. Call us about if you need to get your estate in order. In the state, if you have one home, if you're single, you really need to have your stuff together, because you may just die in your sleep and it's a mess for your loved ones, So we'll help you coordinate that. And like I said, retirement planning, and we do investment planning too. I mean, we're licensed stockbrokers here in the office here. We're licensed real estate brokers here in the office, and we license insurance counselors, advisors here also. And we have a lot of associates that we deal with, attorneys, accountants, and we can help you a lot under one roof. So give us a call, 305-825-1444. I really hope you learned something, the concept about the difference between investment planning and retirement planning, income planning. Because when you retire, it's all about the income. It really, really is. When you don't want to get out there and work for the dollars and let the dollars work for you, there's places you can put your money. And don't stop messing with them CDs. Goodness gracious, what a ripoff. total ripoff. And people, when they start saying 5% 6 months, they ain't paying you no 5% every 6 months. They pass. Remember, anytime you look at a bank, when they say an interest rate, that's yearly. If you want to leave your money, if it say 5% 6 months, that means you're getting 2.5% every 6 months. So you're getting 5% for the year. It ain't no 5%, 6%, 5% CD, and they're gonna pay you 5% every 6 months. They'll advertise at 5% 3 month CD. You think you're getting 5% every 3 months? No. And just because you read it wrong, man, they fault. They figure you ought to know better. No. Every time a bank tells you, or any lending institution quotes you an interest rate, it's always annualized. It's a year. You can chop it up however you want to, but you still only getting that 6% for that year, or that 5%, or that 7%. Like I was telling you about the annuities. If you start off with the annuity and it pays you 9%, that's 9%, not a month. That's 9% for the year. So if you got $100,000, you get $9,000 per year. And if you want to get it monthly, you can divide that 9,000. They'll send it to you monthly. Yes, they will. So it's always annualized. At least you learned that today. Let the church say amen. Listen, I love y'all. Take care. Be safe. Happy Mother's Day. Boy, because it's tough being a mother. A good mother. It's tough being a good mother. Anybody with a vagina could be a mother if you can get pregnant. But being a good mother, happy. Because Lord, boy, I'm so glad God made y'all. Yes, I am. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. Let the church say amen. Have a wonderful day. Thanks. Enjoy yourself. Peace. Be safe.